Together, as we initiate chaos theory guarantees that we'll play like lightning shots, sounding like thunder. For every time in the face that it hits us, we're faster. Well, they should know by now. They see the world keeps trying to shake us. It only waits us. The pendulum swings. The pendulum swings. It's in a beautiful darkness. Only another. It's full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. All about the petty express. Misdirected from the start. It's a runaway train. I come a freight train. I come a freight train. In a beautiful darkness, the petty express. In a beautiful darkness.
Okay, you guys, we are on day 9 this morning. As far as yesterday and Josh Grossman's testimony, whether he was very helpful for the state, I'm not sure. I think that the texts were more illustrative of Kouri's manipulation of people. I think he was a sympathetic witness, and I don't know that the defense did a very good job in crossing him. That being said, I think the estate attorney was brilliant, and I do think that the defense is, if this is how they're going to react to information, we have 3 more weeks or at least another week of the state laying out their case. If they are already this bothered that they're tattling and complaining about facial expressions, I don't know how they're going to get through the entire trial. But let's get into this. I do have it at 1.25. Court TV doesn't have the closed captions on, but if we need to switch to law and crim, we can do that.
231-500-139, State of Utah versus Kouri Richins. Counsel for the state are present. Counsel for the defendant are present with Ms. Richins. Mr. Bloodworth, anything before we invite the jury?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor, anything? Okay. And we're starting with Ms. Bramwell, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's invite the jury in, please.
Why is she wearing red? That is so interesting. Because they've had her, this is such an odd pick for her. They've had her in these very almost pilgrim-esque, very modest, very pastel sort of outfits, and then to have this peekaboo, or keyhole neckline with red, it's just very, very odd. It's such a tonal shift. I like Miss Nestor's jacket better today.
All rise for the jury. Folks, please have a seat. Thank you. All right, have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Bloodworth, the state's next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Urbana.
Marie Bramwell, please.
Ms. Bramwell, good morning. If you'd step in front of Brittany, we'll get you sworn in.
Please raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Thank you. Have a seat. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
If you could state your name and spell your last name, please.
Marie Bramwell, Bramwell.
What do you do for work?
I'm an attorney.
What kind of law do you practice?
Domestic relations.
Does that include divorce work?
Yes.
And is your practice located in Heber?
Yes, it is.
I want to turn your attention to May of 2021. Were you doing that same law practice at that time?
Yes, I was.
And what is the name of your law firm?
Gordon Law Group.
What is your firm practice related to when you're starting an attorney-client relationship, when you would collect a retainer payment?
Normally, there is an initial consultation, and after that meeting, then we would collect a retainer.
What's the approximate cost for that retainer?
It's normally $5,000.
What is so you mentioned after that initial consult? Is that consult typically done in person?
Yes, it is, typically.
And would that retainer agreement or the retainer payment be collected then after the initial consult?
Normally it is, yes.
Do you know Kouri Richins?
Yes,
And have you met with her?
yes, I have.
Was that on May 3rd of 2021?
That sounds correct.
Did you have any other in-person meetings with Kouri Richins?
I don't believe so.
Did you, after that initial meeting, did you subsequently exchange emails with Kouri Richins?
Yes, we did.
Did you ever meet with her in person again?
I don't believe so.
You emailed with her approximately 5 times between May of 21 and January of 22. Does that sound about right?
That sounds correct.
And she emailed you about 4 times in that same time frame. Does that sound right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Other than those communications, did you speak with her at any other time?
I don't believe I did.
If someone decides not to move forward with your firm in an attorney-client relationship manner for any reason, would a retainer be returned to them?
Yes.
Scott, if we could show the witness exhibit 4-20, please. Do you recognize this? If you could scroll all the way down for her, Scott. No. Oh, it's my screen. I'm sorry. You can see the whole thing.
Yes, it appears to be a check issued from Gordon Law Group.
And is the check made out to Kouri Richins?
Yes, it is.
We'll move to admit 4-20.
Oh, no objection, I'm sorry.
4-20 is admitted.
Ma'am, those are all my questions for you.
Ms. Lewis.
Katie, could you pull up State's Exhibit 4-18 for the witness? You recognize that, Ms. Bramwell?
Yes, I do.
And is that your bio that's used for the Gordon Law Group?
Yes, it is.
And can we publish that, or can I move to admit it and then publish it?
No objection.
4-18 is admitted.
Can you pull it up, Katie, so I can? Yes, maybe I should step up here. My eyes, not what they used to be.
Let's see.
So according to your bio, you practice law also in the areas of water law, boundary issues, easement, and property issues, correct?
Yes, I have.
That's all we have. Nothing further.
Just one question. Were you doing those types of cases in 2021?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so it was just the domestic relations then at that time.
Primarily.
Thank you.
Ms. Lewis, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Counsel, may we release this witness?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Randolph, thanks for your time. You're free to go. Counsel.
Your Honor, we have a phone call that we would like to play. It states Exhibit 2-95D. We've laid the foundation for these calls through other witnesses.
We object. I think these phone calls need to come in through a witness, and I know this phone call is between 2 particular people, and they haven't admitted it through any witness. I think there will be witnesses coming up that they may be able to admit it through, but I object to it being played at this time.
Would you approach for me?
And we are on sidebar. '58. Now, I believe this turns into a bit of legal wrangling, so this will be interesting because I think they do send the jury out to, I think, get into this a little further.
efficient. There's a couple of legal issues I need to sort out. If I sort them out now, it will make the rest of the day more efficient. I appreciate your patience. Please rise for the jury. Okay, folks, have a seat. We're still on the record. Ms. Lewis, I apologize for interrupting you. I think this would just be an easier way to have the conversation that we were having. Go ahead and complete your thought form regarding jail calls.
Well, there's hearsay in this call also from the other party, which
That will be true with every call. And so we'll need to come up with an instruction for the jury about how they are to treat the other side of each of these calls.
all right, well, I guess our objection is that these calls could and should be introduced through an actual witness. Playing them randomly, I think, is confusing for the jury.
May we stay focused on this particular call for a moment to tease out your position on that? So this is 2-95.
I'd like to look at that again, but I also think that
Hold on, I wasn't finished with my
Oh, I'm
question.
sorry.
My apologies. This
You
is
take my
2-95.
Yes, sir.
What was the number again?
295D.
Okay, so 2-95D, as I understand it, the state is seeking to play now because it relates to Ms. Richins having contacted Ms. Bramwell. Is that fairly stated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so I think I understand the state's position. Playing it at any other time than directly following Ms. Bramwell's testimony would be confusing. That's what I'm gathering from the state's position.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So take it from there, Ms. Lewis.
I'd like to. I haven't looked at this call in a couple of days, so I'd like to look at it. But I also think by introducing these things without a witness on the stand is a violation of our Sixth Amendment right to cross-examine. When we introduce these randomly, we can't cross-examine anyone about these calls.
Well, are you talking about foundation or content?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Are you talking about cross-examining regarding foundation or content?
Content.
Well, the content, the part that's being admitted for the truth, is your own client's statement. So the confrontation problem doesn't exist there. And if we instruct the jury not to consider the other half of the conversation for the truth, there's no confrontation issue there either.
Well, if they were to call the witness, who is the other half of the conversation, and introduce the call through the witness, then we would have an opportunity to cross-examine regarding the phone call.
But not if the other half of the call isn't being admitted as substantive evidence. They're not admitting the other half of the conversation as substantive evidence of anything. And moreover, I'm going to be instructing the jury that they can't consider the other half of the call as substantive evidence. I think I have to under the hearsay rule.
Your Honor, I still believe that we need to have the call through a witness. If they were to call the person who testified, the person who's on the other half of the call, then we would have the right to cross-examine them about the content of the call. And we don't know what that evidence would be. There may be more to this call or more context to this call that the individual can explain. By just randomly playing calls, we don't have any opportunity to cross-examine anyone or do anything with these calls. And then the jury just takes these calls as without an opportunity for us to put in any explanation about these
Yeah,
calls.
I feel like you're intentionally ignoring the fact that I'll be instructing the jury to not consider the other half of the call. But I understand your position, and you have to acknowledge the
Someone get Bart Simpson some aloe. That burn is gonna hurt. I wish I had a little thug judge thing.
you have the power to subpoena the people on the other side of the call if you want to. But let's stay focused on the half that the jury would be allowed to consider from each of these calls, and that's your client's own statements.
I need a moment to look at this call again. I haven't looked at it in a couple of days. Is that
Oh, this
right?
judge is about to jump over the
Am I taking
the
it?
ledge.
Can I say the same thing?
Um,
There was something that was on the screen just now.
yeah, so
I've got it.
send this to Scott.
Oh, I got it. Hold on. Let's just use the transcript.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. It's from court.
They sent it to us the other day.
We'll get it to you.
No problem. And then somebody else on your team is going to provide me and opposing counsel with the transcript of Ms. Gibson's testimony.
Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I was getting you that you want to see the exhibit itself first.
Forgive me, somebody flashed it. I think Katie flashed the content of the call on the screen. And so if Ms. Lewis is looking at it, I'm going to be in the dark if I don't see
Okay,
it at the
Scott,
same
can you
time.
publish the content of the call?
Someone flashed the judge.
Gotcha.
I mean, what? That's all I heard. We're going to have to baconate because all I heard was, hey, someone flashed me, and it was the judge. And I'm pretty sure he didn't mean what I misheard him possibly saying. So sorry. And yeah, that'll be on Mornings with Mo tomorrow because, good Lord.
And then we'll,
We'll go to the next piece.
gotcha.
Thank you.
Let me just play this portion, Your Honor, without the audio.
Do you have a written representation of what's being said?
It's at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
It has the scrolling text at the bottom, Your Honor.
Let's do it. Give me 1 second. We'll all be on the same page here.
Cool. Hi.
Did we lose audio, Scott? Would appear that way.
I turned it off. I went.
Oh, okay. No, that's okay. I misunderstood.
We can't see you.
That's true. I can fix that.
Thank you.
All right, Scott, if you would play it without the audio for a moment, I'd appreciate it.
I have only one question for the chat. Will it pop or will it gain its own conscience and become sentient? I'm kind of hoping that it'll gain sentience because I mean, it'll have to be nicer than Kouri, right? I'm hoping for Master Blaster. Break free from her forehead. Gain your independence. We're rooting for you.
Content of the call. Thank you. I appreciate seeing the content of the call. Thank you. Forgive me. For the record, and so that defense counsel can respond. The probative value of this is.
Your Honor, it goes to Ms. Richins' state of mind. It goes to her intent about the marriage and what her thought process was in seeking counsel from a divorce lawyer.
Okay. All right. Ms. Lewis, I understand defendant's position regarding hearsay. Anything further regarding foundation or 4010203?
Yes, I think that the call needs to be further redacted. I mean, I stand on our objection, but if the court's going to let it in, it needs to be further redacted. The first part of the call is not relevant. I'd have to pull it up again, and I can work with them about the parts, and I think the last part. So I think there's some at the beginning that needs to be taken out and some at the end that needs to be taken out. If it's
Can
going to come
you
in.
be specific?
Well, if I have it up in front of me again, I can be.
Well, let's have a larger discussion. This was on my to-do list, not necessarily for today, but I've been waiting for defense counsel's final word on the jail calls pursuant to the pending motion regarding the jail calls, and I don't have it yet. At some point, I'll need defense to say what their position is regarding each of the proper jail calls.
Okay.
So this is the one that's coming up now, but at some point we have to come to closure on that issue, so we're not
Understood.
doing it in real time. How do you want to proceed from this point on this call?
If I could just maybe look at it with the state and point out the first part and the last part and see if we can agree that that needs to be out
That's
of the
fine.
call.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, Mr. Bloodworth, and then address the other issues? Do you want to do that now and address the other issues during the lunch break?
Well, Your Honor, I think the other issues are going to come up way before lunch.
Understood. Okay.
So let me, if agreeable, let me propose maybe Ms. Lewis and Ms. Shervinack could address that in parallel. Me and other defense counsel can address.
We're fine with that.
Okay. Among the defense team, who is taking lead on Mr. Wright and Mr. Keyes?
That would be Mr.
I have Mr. Wright, Mr. Ramos has Mr. Case.
Perfect. Sounds like this will work. Okay. Ms. Lewis, would you work with Ms. Shervinack to see if you can reach agreement regarding some further redactions to that particular call 2-95D?
Yes.
Okay.
And just for the record, though, we're not withdrawing our objection, but this, if it's coming in, that's what we're going to talk about.
You're not withdrawing any of your objections.
No,
Right.
we're not.
I understand.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Bloodworth, the state will be calling Kouri Wright and Josh Case today, correct?
Correct.
Pursuant to the court's ruling and order denying state's motion to reconsider and admit excited utterance, there are portions of their proper testimony that have been excluded by the court. There are other portions, though, that I imagine the state's view is should come in under other exceptions to the hearsay rule. Have you, can we just talk about practicalities for a second, had a conversation with Mr. Wright and Mr. Case so they are aware?
Bloodworth. But hurt sounds good too. Again, the tonal shift in the red satin shirt is so incredibly interesting and so it is jarring to me. It's like she went through, I don't know if she wanted to feel powerful or more businesslike, but there's definitely been a tonal shift in her from the meek, almost prairie looking outfits that she was wearing to this, whatever this is. It's very odd. I know it's jarring to me because I'm weird and things confuse me.
Of the limitations imposed by the court.
Yes, Your Honor, I've had that conversation with each of them, and to reinforce it during the examination, I will ask questions kind of in the form of, without saying what Mr. Richins said, what was your impression?
Okay. Will the state be eliciting any testimony about statements made by Eric to either of them?
No, Your Honor. The state will scope its questions to elicit responses about what was their impression of Mr. Richins' demeanor and what, if any, advice did they give Mr. Richins.
Okay. Ms. Nestor, that creates a pretty good safety margin between where the proffer started, and it sounds like where it's coming in terms of making sure that the witnesses don't unintentionally say anything that's excluded by the court. Anything further on that issue?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ramos? Okay. All right. Okay. That handles that. When's the next time a jail call is going to be offered by the state to your current expectation, Mr. Bloodworth, understanding that this is dynamic?
Your Honor, the next time I anticipate
Sitting here today
right now is during Detective O'Driscoll's testimony.
That was my expectation as well. When's he taking the stand?
Your Honor, he will be the most likely the state's last witness, probably late Monday, early Tuesday.
Okay. All right. And so the reason we're doing this call now is for proximity to Ms. Bramwell's testimony?
It is, Your Honor. And the state appreciates that the broader set of jail calls is.
Tammy, that's my chair in the background. There's a storm front moving through, so I was just putting it on. If it's too loud, I can turn it off. No, it's my chair. Yeah. So to do these longer streams, it is nice. So it should go off in about 10 minutes.
Unresolved and kind of anticipating this. We emailed this 2 days ago to defense to kind of start the process of resolving it.
All right. I'm going to give Ms. Shervinack and Ms. Lewis an opportunity to work for a few more minutes. I'm going to use the restroom. So we'll come back at 10:15.
Yes.
Any objection, Ms. Nestor?
No, sir.
Ooh,
Okay, we're in recess
the
until 10:15.
judge
Thank you.
is. Had to run. The judge is like, y'all done make me drink all this water.
We agreed to redact the
Okay. I do like that he's getting ahead of these things. I was not a fan of Bev's kind of judging
One step at a
where she
time.
would wait for
Regarding
things.
redactions to 2-95D, Ms. Lewis, were you and Ms. Sherback able to reach an agreement?
We reached a partial agreement.
Okay, tell me where we stand.
They're going to redact a few lines out at the end of the calls, which I don't know. We agreed to redact the things at the end. The beginning of the call, I believe we should redact everything up until page. Do you have the transcript?
I don't.
I can send it to you.
Sounds good.
If
One
that's
moment.
helpful.
Yeah.
And Judge, so you know, there have already been some redactions made previous to this discussion for other things that were irrelevant, so those are included already. So you will see some redacted portions of that transcript.
Okay. Whatever you're sending to me, will you copy Ms. Lewis? We're
I have it.
Same thing at the same time.
Oh, I already sent it to you, and she has it that I sent earlier. It's the same.
Got it. One moment, please.
So it does seem that we will hear from Detective O'Driscoll. We have been wondering why the state hasn't been bringing in their investigators. So we did hear from the state that they intend to call him last, and it will probably be at late Monday or early Tuesday that we're going to be anticipating the state resting its case. Unless they have something incredibly damning, what I will say is there's not been a smoking gun yet. I still am really confused how if any of the pills were actually fentanyl, if they were the counterfeit Roxy's or Moxie's or whatever the hell street pharmaceutical name, I don't know. So I will be interested to see what else the state has to bring, considering they aren't going to be here tomorrow. So it is interesting, again, what else does the state have? Because I guess I was waiting for more. I haven't seen the smoking gun. I've seen a lot of circumstantial evidence. I've seen a lot of things that don't make sense. But has the state gotten me to entirely guilty? No. Will that matter with a jury? I don't know. I know that there is more damning stuff as far as the walk the dog letter and possibly other things. Just as of yet, there are some things that make me very suspicious of Kouri's motives and her actions, but the state hasn't fully convinced me beyond a reasonable doubt. The Google searches are terrible.
Ms. Lewis, if you would just state page and line numbers from the beginning of the call that you think should be redacted.
I believe it starts at page 2.
If you look at
I
my
believe we should redact
searches,
starting line 15 on page 2 through line 4 on page 3.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. I'm not sure that short period adds anything, provides any context, has any probative value. What am I missing?
I disagree, Judge. For starters, it does directly from Ms. Richins say what her state of mind is going into this call, her annoyance, and in her tone of voice when you hear it, when you hear the audio, there's frustration there, and it does add quite a bit of context, particularly in the beginning of the call. And then, in particular, she says on page 2, starting at line 21, "I'm just like so fucking annoyed. Like, what the hell does anything have to do with anything?" And that gives context to the rest of the call because what she's referring to is what does Eric consulting a divorce attorney have to
Dolly, just don't eat anything she bakes you or makes you. But you're sober, so there you go.
do with me consulting a divorce attorney, which she goes on to explain, but that sets up the context for the rest of the call, in addition to her frustration, annoyance that's heard in her voice as well as in her words at the beginning of the call, giving context to the rest of the conversation.
Ms. Lewis, go ahead.
Your Honor, I disagree that that's necessary. I don't think the beginning of the call gives any context to what they're talking about. And if the state just wants the jury to know she's annoyed, she says it numerous times throughout the call. Beginning of page 4, she says, like, what the hell? I know. I just, like, I'm so annoyed by that. She says it numerous times. And yes, you can tell by her tone of voice that she's annoyed. I don't see that the beginning gives any context whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess that's my question, Ms. Lewis. Why aren't we just starting at page 4, line 1?
Well, actually, I think that would make perfect sense. And when Ms. Sherbanek and I were going through this, I actually had asked for more to be redacted, and I compromised a bit. But now that you've reminded me, yes, I actually think it would make sense to start at page 4, line 1.
Where?
I do really appreciate that this judge is thoughtful. He listens to both sides. The defense is a little abrasive. I am not going to lie. They're not my cup of tea. And not, I don't think Miss Lewis intends it, but her tonal quality just is one that is like nails on a chalkboard to me. So I feel bad. I'm sure she's a great person outside, but every time she speaks, I want to crawl out of my skin. So I'm sure you're lovely. I'm sorry. I know that's terrible to say, but honesty and such. That being said, I am glad that the judge is listening, regardless of how abrasive or maybe aggressive or zealous they are. I know I'm going to hear both sides. You know, some people think the defense is god awful. Some think they're great. I think that both sides have had a hit or miss, but I am noticing a pattern of abrasiveness with the two female attorneys, especially with sympathetic or likable witnesses. And I'm not sure if that's going to bode well for her going forward.
Out of the gate, Ms. Sherman, she describes being annoyed, and we go from there.
I disagree, Your Honor. She's talking about the Heber thing on page 3 at line 5. She says beat around the bush. Obviously, what I'm thinking about, she's talking about the Heber thing.
The Heber thing is different than Ms. Bramwell and Ms. Miller.
No.
Tell me how.
The Heber thing directly refers to her meeting with Ms. Bramwell in Heber.
Oh, I don't think that's clear from the text of the call. If I was confused about it, I think there's a pretty good chance the jury would be confused about it.
I disagree.
I know, you've been very clear about that. Anything else?
Just that this is important context for the whole call, and starting it partway through does not give the context that's necessary to understand what starts on page 4 at line 1.
Anything else?
It's relevant, Your Honor.
I understand. Anything else?
No.
Okay. We're going to start the call at page 4, line 1. Anything else, Ms. Lewis?
No, Your
Honor. Court rules that starting the call at page 4, line 1, and then including the redactions that counsel have agreed to in the body of the call and at the end, provides probative information regarding Ms. Richins' state of mind and backward-looking reflections regarding her consultation with Ms. Bramwell. That probative information, probative value of that information is not substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice or any other Rule 403 considerations. With respect to defendant's hearsay objection, Ms. Richins' side of these recorded calls is categorically not hearsay, and the court will instruct the jury that they cannot consider the male voice side of the call for the truth of the matter asserted. Rather, they can only consider the statements made by the male on the call for the effect that they had upon Ms. Richins in the conversation. Any further objection, Ms. Lewis?
No, Your Honor.
In terms of instructing or just providing the jury for context, I'm inclined to tell the jury that Ms. Gibson testified that she preserved some recordings of phone calls involving Ms. Richins. You're about to hear one such phone call. Any objection, Mr. Bloodworth?
No objection, Your Honor. Are we good then to, as we discussed at the bench, have Ms. Sherbanek just give the date of the phone call?
No, Your Honor.
It's not in the content, and Ms. Gibson didn't provide that particular piece of foundation, so that would be additive.
Your Honor, if we were to play that portion of the audio of the jail call, it would make it clear that it was a jail call.
Oh, forgive me. I I haven't heard or seen the introductory portion of the home wave call. Does it,
Right,
does
Your
it
Honor.
state the date?
Yes, every home wave call begins with a time or date, and then this is a recorded line, and anything you say will be preserved, could be monitored, and admonishments like this.
Is that accurate, Ms. Lewis?
That's accurate, but this takes me back to my initial point is this should have been and typically would be introduced through a witness because the witness could have just said the date and we wouldn't have this problem. I don't think that the state should be testifying to the date.
Right, but if Ms. Gibson had just said, in order to avoid playing any of that for an indisputably authentic call, I will custody in front of the jury, I think it's in fair and necessary balancing to not play the preamble of the call, which would limit your ability to cross-examine Ms. Gibson as to how she knows when the date of the calls, because it's based on that same content. And so I think it's appropriate and does not violate defendant's rights in any way to just state what is undisputed. December 18, 2023, correct, Mr. Bloodworth?
Oh, that's correct, Your Honor. I also think the date falls, because of the way the calls are labeled, the date falls under Jeremy
Thank you, Tammy,
Thomas's certification
being a
as to the
member.
authenticity.
For 17 months, and glad you made it home okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is one of my favorite wigs.
I understand. I think you and I see it the same way. It's just a matter of the defense's good faith objection to me providing the information, but given the alternatives, this is the best way.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
One more
Please.
pragmatic
Yes.
question. Because the court's decision just redacted out the initial part of the demonstrative, it seems to make sense to the state to, at this point in time, as a matter of efficiency, to just kind of fast forward and hit play beginning at page 4, line whatever the court justice.
And thank you for gifting 5 memberships, Nick. And those went to, let's see. Dolly Talk, looks like you got one. Only Time Will Tell, Ace of Lee, Grand Mirrain, and Lisa ML. Congratulations. Welcome to the Church of Mo. I am working on more membership content, so thank you so much. And thanks, Nick. We are definitely going to do a read-through of those texts because holy fazoli, the cringe. But I found myself being much more sympathetic to Josh Grossman than I had initially thought I was going to be. It was clear that he definitely thought he was building a future, and Kouri was not that invested.
Decided,
Yeah.
rather than take 15 minutes to redact the exhibit now, and then at the end of the day, we can redact it and clean it all up consistent with the court's ruling.
Ms. Lewis, you okay with that? You're not waiving any objections?
I understood. Yes.
Okay.
I've got to redact it already. Okay, so Scott's way ahead of us.
All right. Scott, why don't we take a look at it together? Show me the new version of 2-95D.
Tech stash to the rescue.
Well, the text is correct. Scott, let's try the audio.
Your Honor, we can't see it.
My apologies. Oops, Scott, go ahead. Yeah.
Obviously. What the hell? I know. I'm just so annoyed by that. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Obviously, if one party's going to do it, the other party's probably going to do it to see what the fuck.
Do you want to fast forward to the end just to confirm?
Potty mouth.
That stuff at the end has been redacted out.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I did not catch anything for redactions at the end.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, if you would work with Scott real quick to make sure that the stuff at the end gets redacted out.
If not, I can always make them with construction paper. Yeah, I feel like Merida when I wear this. I cannot do an accent. It's the only thing that keeps me from being a Disney princess. Also, the fact that Disney World is my 9th level of hell. Please, God, please, tiny baby Jesus, make this happen.
you say it's it's the way it's being offered includes redactions. Yeah.
I do, but it's such a change from the pastels. It's very odd. She's definitely in girl boss mode. Or at least National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation mode. She's definitely got a Beverly D'Angelo look going on. OnlyFans olive oil. Oh my God. Yes. I'll pray for you, sweetheart. I don't know how to deal with that either.
Okay, Your Honor, I have this ready. If everybody like to do it again.
Let's do it. Table 2. Okay, if you fast forward to the end, Ms. Lewis, let's make sure that the redactions you spoke with Ms. Shervinack about have been made.
All right, I have the audio on my speakers. Let me change that over real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you...
What'd you say no to? So yeah, I don't know. They found, like I said, they found out about it, but guess what? So did he. Exactly. So it's everybody's natural reaction to wanting to defend themselves.
That's correct.
Okay. Give me one moment.
I'm asking Grok to make that. By the end, my thumbnail's just going to be terrible impressions of Kouri.
Okay. Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Shervinack, anything before we invite the jury back?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor? Okay, we're ready for the jury.
Good point. It could always be worse.
All right.
Please have a seat as you come in. All right, folks, have a seat. Thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when Ms. Gibson was testifying, she testified that she downloaded and preserved recordings of certain phone calls involving Kouri Richins. You are about to hear one such phone call from December 18, 2023. You may consider Kouri Richins' statements on this recorded call for any purpose. You may not consider the statements made by the male voice on this phone call for their truth. Instead, the only purpose you can consider the statements made by the male voice on this phone call.
Oh, hell, we are calling it the murder meatball. Yes, her forehead murder meatball. I hope that it gains sentience by the end of this trial and doesn't get sent away to prison with her. I hope it has a long, free life. Justice for the murder meatball. He didn't do anything wrong. Hell, he just found himself on her forehead like last week.
is for the effect it had upon the listener, that is Kouri Richins. Scott, let's make sure we are ready to go. Okay. 2-95D is admitted. Please proceed.
Obviously.
Who
What
fucking
the
cares?
hell? I know. I'm just like so annoyed by that. Like I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Lord, I thought I was being mean adding all the likes in because that's generally what I do with women I don't respect. Uh, Mo fashion, but if I add a lot of likes and vocal fry, it means I think you're stupid. But I did not expect her to speak exactly like that. Oh my God.
Obviously,
And
one
it's
party's
not like-
gonna do it, the other party's probably gonna do it and see what the fuck.
Right? And it's like,
Common sense.
regarding your side of stuff, nothing came out of that. What came out of the other side?
Exactly.
Oh, illegal transfer everything.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
a lot came out of that.
Yes, I just went in for a consultation. That was it.
Yep.
So why is that so bad? Am I misunderstanding something?
No, it's just something they're going to try to probably try to hold against you, for no fucking reason. Because
He did it first.
it's what? Yeah, he did it first, and not only did he do it first, like he actually took action on it illegally.
Yes. All I did was, what the hell am I supposed to do? That was literally the conversation.
Yeah. Yep. So
It's my right to
that
do.
person's probably going to be right.
And
So that person's probably going to be brought in,
which is perfect, because you know what I told that person?
which is fuck.
I don't want to fill out the packet. I don't want absolutely anything. I want to walk away clean and free. I don't want anything. And she kept advising me, no, that's not how this works. You have to fill this out about da-da-da-da. And I said, I don't want to. I don't want any of it.
Yep.
That is what I told.
Chat, does anyone know who Ronald Darden is? Was maybe that her first part of her first defense team? Because I'm not aware of who Ronald Darden is, unless he was part of her house flipping thing. But I would think if he's part of but I would think if he's former counsel, they couldn't record this because it would be lawyer-client privilege, even if I don't know. Look, I'm not a lawyer. We will ask Nick tomorrow. No, that's the divorce lawyer that she met with was the woman from this morning. Oh. Okay. Thank you so much, Cosmic Blues.
Sorry. I said, I just want you done. And
Yeah,
she argued with me. Forever. I took the packet, I threw it away. I'm like, no, I won't fill this out because I don't want to have
So-
everything.
I mean, right. So that's perfect and works in favor for you for everything.
Yep.
Nothing,
Yeah, I'm just like so fucking annoyed by it though. Like, quit portraying me to be this person.
Yeah.
Anything you're trying to say I did, Eric did. Like, so now they cancel each other out, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
protecting myself, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't get
Um,
I wouldn't get too worked up about it.
Yeah, I'm not, but that just gave me an idea. I am going to ask if she can testify.
Well, that's not really going to matter because she just gets subpoenaed. And to be honest, if their attorneys don't do it, yeah, you're going to.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just annoyed. So I told Mom, I said,
Because they're going to try to paint this picture. They're going to try to paint this picture and like, oh no.
yeah.
Nope, here she is. What did you ask about? What did you advise her? What did you say no to?
So yeah, I don't know.
They thought, like I said, they thought about it, but guess what? So did he.
Exactly.
So it's everybody's natural reaction to wanting to defend themselves.
Counsel, the state's next witness, please.
Becky Lloyd.
sworn in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? I do. Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could state your name, please, and spell your last name.
My name is Becky Lloyd, Lloyd.
Where do you work?
I work for C&E Stonemasonry.
And how long have you worked there?
I've worked there 5 years.
What is your current role with C&E?
I'm currently their estimator.
What's that mean?
It means C&E Stone, we put stone on houses, and my job is to figure out how much we need on those houses.
What was your job back with C&E when you first started with them?
I got hired originally as an admin.
And when was that?
That was in February of 21.
Did you know Eric Richins?
I did.
How long did you know him for?
I met him sometime around 2017.
Okay. And what about Kouri Richins? Do you know her?
I do.
And did you meet
Same
her
time.
around the same time?
Yeah.
In 2021, what was the nature of your relationship with Kouri Richins?
I knew her as a neighbor. I knew her as the mother to my children's friends, and I knew her as my own friend.
I want to turn your attention to December of 2021. Was there a conversation that you had with Kouri Richins in December of 2021 that stood out to you?
Yes.
What was the date of that conversation?
December 17th of 2021.
That's a specific date. Why do you remember that date?
Because I keep a journal and I have photos from that date.
What were you doing that day?
We were doing a Secret Santa gift wrap for C&E Stone. We get presents for families in the neighborhood that don't get a good Christmas, and we were wrapping them to give away.
Now, when you say we, was that who's the we?
Me and Kouri.
Okay, just the two of you then?
Just the two of us while we were wrapping, yeah.
Was there a topic of conversation that came up related to Kouri Richins' marriage?
Yes.
How did that come up?
I had recently gotten divorced a couple months before, 3 months before, and she was asking me how that was going, and I was asking her about how her marriage was going, and her and Eric had a fight that day, so it was definitely on the top of her mind.
What did Kouri say to you?
Kouri had an opportunity to go to a work event of some sort, like a Christmas gala, something like that. And it was going to be a really good opportunity for her career. She was excited about it. At the same time, Eric had booked a sleigh ride with the family for Christmas, a good family activity, and they had a scheduling conflict, and they did not agree about what they should do for that scheduling conflict.
What else did Kouri say during that conversation about her marriage with Eric?
She talked about how she was feeling trapped. She was feeling like there wasn't an easy way forward out of the marriage. She felt like she was worried about her kids. She was worried that she was going to lose them and that Eric was going to take the kids from her and that his family was going to turn the community against her. And she said that in many ways it would be better if he were dead.
What was the tone of Kouri's voice during that conversation?
It was serious. She definitely had a very serious tone. We weren't really joking. It was a very honest conversation and a very heartfelt conversation. You could tell from her body language that, she was frustrated and she was struggling with where she was at. It was a serious tone.
What was your reaction to Kouri saying it would be better if Eric were dead?
To me, it really signified just how far their marriage was off track and how serious the situation was. And I felt bad for both of them. That's a heavy conversation.
I don't have any other questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Lloyd.
Good morning.
My name is Kathy Nestor. I'm one of the attorneys representing Kouri Richins. First of all, I want to talk to you about how you got the job with C&E.
Absolutely.
Isn't it fair to say that Kouri helped you get that job because you'd just gotten a divorce and she was doing something nice for you?
I would say Kouri helped me get that job. Yes, she let me know that it was available and definitely made sure that I knew that it was an option for me.
And she was the reference for you to her husband, Eric?
I would say so, yes.
Okay. And when you were working at C&E, during the time that Eric was alive, Kouri was actually on the payroll, right? She got like a paycheck every couple weeks.
That's true.
Right. And isn't it also true that right after Eric died, she called and said, don't send me anymore?
I believe so, but I am a little fuzzy on that memory.
Okay. But at some point she came off the payroll.
Correct.
Really quick after Eric died.
I would say so.
All right. I want to talk to you about the conversation on December 17th. And this was, as I understand you, Kouri and Eric every year did a Secret Santa project where they gave less privileged people anonymous Christmas gifts, right?
Absolutely.
And so you were there wrapping those gifts?
Yes.
And you were having girl talk?
Yes.
And you're somebody that she trusted.
Yeah, I hope.
because you had confided in her about your marriage
Correct.
and the fact your husband had been unfaithful,
Correct.
and she felt safe and talking to you about similar things like that?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were at this meeting, about, let me look at the date, just 1 minute. A couple of weeks after Eric died, you gave an interview about this conversation you and Kouri had.
Yes.
And you gave it to a private investigator that worked for the family of Eric Richins, right?
I actually don't remember if it was at that time, but I do remember in a meeting with him. Yes.
April 6th of 2022 at your house. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
All right. And this gentleman who was not law enforcement, he's a private investigator, right?
Yes.
And he came to your house and you told him about this day that you spent with Kouri, didn't you?
I don't remember, but I assume so.
Right. And isn't it fair that in that first interview, you never mentioned anything about saying it would be better off if Eric was dead, did you?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I don't recall.
Okay. And then you had a second interview almost 2 years later in March of 2024 with the same investigator. Is that right?
Sounds right.
And then the investigator said, wait, I understand you've talked to Katie and there was something you forgot to tell me the first time we met about a statement Kouri made.
That's true.
And what you forgot to tell him was this part about it, he'd be better off dead, right?
Yes.
Okay. And isn't it fair that in the second interview in 2024, almost 2 years after, you even in that interview told him that you couldn't get on the stand for sure and say that she said that, didn't you?
I do not recall that.
Okay, Katie, can you please play the clip BL1? If we could cue that up and play it for her to hear.
Cue it up. And let's make sure we're all talking about the same thing. My apologies. Do we have a foundation issue here, Ms. Sherman?
Yes, I don't know what they're referring to, and if they're seeking to refresh her, then I believe that should be handled slightly differently.
Yeah.
No, I believe she said she didn't say it, so I don't think I need to refresh her. I think I can impeach her at this point.
If you would just approach for a second.
It does seem very late for this. He would be better off dead. That would have been something that I would have.
I do have
You
one.
need more than the carafe.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, you do?
Okay. Would you say the number one more time, Ms. Nestor?
Yes, Your Honor. We are going to be playing a clip that we have marked. We're not going to admit it. We're just going to impeach with it, but it's BL1.
Okay. And let's see, Katie, let me get you connected here.
Well, we are at 1.25.
And this part, I swear she said it, but I also feel like if you put me on the stand, I would not be confident enough to actually truly know if she said it. But I swear she said, in many ways, it would be better if he just died.
Is that your
Because, and I remember thinking, the reason
Is that your voice?
That is my voice.
All right. And you did say that you wouldn't be able to swear to it on the stand, didn't you?
I wouldn't be confident in that. Yes.
Okay. And then if we could play the second clip.
yeah, well, like I said, that's the conversation we had, and I'm for sure know she said the trap stuff, and I am 90% sure she said the comment about it being better dead.
Okay, so again, that is the second interview that you had with the investigator. And again, you're saying you can't say for certain that she made that statement, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You also never told that statement to the police when you were interviewed by the police, did you? Until later, much later, like 2024.
I don't know if I got interviewed by the police in 2024.
Okay. All right. While you were employed at CNE, which you've testified to, after Eric died, were you instructed to go to the house and pick up some of his private items?
Yes.
And who asked you to go pick up his things?
Your Honor. Let's go.
Help me understand. If you would approach Mr. Beck.
Oh, crud. I have been remiss. I think I missed 2 sidebars. I'm sorry. I generally don't count sidebars, so I I believe we are on 60 now because I know I missed at least 2. Yeah, I wish that the defense, I wish either side would tell their witnesses, "Don't argue on cross. We will rehabilitate you," and maybe go through with them. Okay, they might ask you a yes or no, and you're really gonna wanna say more than yes or no. Just say yes or no, and we will rehabilitate.
The objection to outside the scope is sustained.
Ma'am, we are going to ask you some more questions in our case, so I will see you again, and that's all I have for you right now.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Shervanack, anything further today?
Yeah, sure. Miss Lloyd, we listened to part of your conversation during one of your previous interviews, and do you recall during the rest of that conversation explaining why you remembered Kouri making that statement?
I do.
What's that explanation for why you remembered that specific statement from Miss Richins?
Well, as someone who's gone through divorce myself or marital troubles, I know that it is probably somewhat common to have thoughts that aren't necessarily the nicest about your spouse and to have really strong feelings that way. But I was struck because she said it out loud. And some of those thoughts are what you call an inside thought sometimes. And it was memorable for me enough that after I met with the private detective, I went and talked to my friends. And without prompting, I said, "Hey, remember that conversation I told you about? What did I tell you about it?" And they were able to confirm exactly what I said in my statement here, because it is a very big deal. And I respect the justice system very much, that I am never going to get on the stand and say something that I don't know as truth.
The pimple is taking over. It's gaining sentience. We are seeing it gaining a conscience. Come on, murder meatball of the forehead. Tell us your bidding. We are your humble servants.
Are you confident in your testimony today?
I am.
Those are all my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So now it's your testimony that you were told about the statement by someone else?
No. My testimony is well, it is very difficult to say such a thing when someone that you care deeply about has been leveled with such charges. It is very difficult. So that is why it didn't come up in the first interview. It is a very difficult position to be here on the stand saying things like this. I don't want to be here. No one has supplied my testimony to me. No one has made me say anything about that. No one has supplied words to me. I know that that happened. And it is unfortunate that it happened because I don't want to be here saying it. But I know that is what was said.
And in fact, the friend you're talking about is Kouri Richins, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Didn't you discuss this statement with Kouri Richins, and Katie's the one who sent you to the private investigator?
Katie is the one that made the private investigator aware of it, but that is not who I had the conversation with about it as far as the truth of the statement.
But you did have a conversation with Katie about it.
I did.
Okay. And then you also had a conversation with some other friends who helped refresh your memory about what you might have said?
They confirmed what I said. They did not supply a sentence to me. They did not do anything like that. They just helped me do a hard thing.
Okay. And who did you tell about this statement prior to reporting it, besides your friends and Katie and the private investigator?
What do you mean?
Did you tell anybody else?
I told my friends. I told my partner. I told the investigator, Katie. I don't recall who else.
Okay. And this was all in 2024 when you brought it up to the investigator?
My friend conversation would have been in 2021, right about the exact same, probably within a couple days of that conversation initially with Kouri.
And you would agree that if Kouri was planning to kill her husband 60 days later, it probably wouldn't be a really smart thing for her to say to you, "Hey, it'd be better off if he were dead," would it?
Now make your objection that the question is complete, Ms. Shervin.
It doesn't matter now.
Okay.
Go ahead, you can answer.
Say it again, please. I'm so sorry.
If Kouri Richins was planning to kill her husband in about 70 days after she made that statement to you, it wouldn't be a really smart thing to tell someone like you, "Hey, it'd be better off if he were dead," would it?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Do you have an opinion about that?
Same objection.
Doesn't call for speculate.
It's sustained.
Okay. Did you ever ask Kouri directly, what did you mean when you said that to me on December?
Kouri, the same reason that your stare down doesn't work is the same reason that a Great Dane will never be afraid of a Chihuahua. Kouri, you're a featherweight. Look, I'm not saying that I could farmer carry you, but I could farmer carry you for about 1.5 miles and not notice. So, yeah, you can't mean mug me when you're all of 4'9". Nice try.
December 17th?
No.
You never gave her the opportunity to explain whether she was just venting, whether she was joking, whether she was serious.
Unfortunately, no.
And you had a long time to do that before you reported it to this investigator, didn't you? As a friend.
I suppose so.
Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Kathy, no one
Miss Lloyd,
cares if she's a bad
When
friend.
Kouri Richins told you it would be better if Eric was dead, was she joking?
No.
What was her
speculation, Your Honor?
What was her tone?
Object to speculation.
Hold on, let's pause. Yeah, the question regarding what she was thinking or was she joking, pardon, is sustained. Can't consider the answer no, because this witness can't know what's in another person's head. You can ask her about her demeanor.
Sure. What was her tone of voice?
Serious.
Was she laughing?
No.
Was she smiling?
No.
Did you have any reason to believe that she was joking?
No.
One last question. Were y'all
Oh,
drinking?
God.
We had one beverage. I had one beverage.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. May we allow this witness to step down?
Yes.
All right.
She, please advise.
I got it. Thank you. If you're called back, you'll get notice.
Okay, thank you.
In the meantime, please don't talk to anybody about your testimony. Please don't watch any coverage, read any coverage, listen to any coverage about the case.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Please travel safe.
Thank you so much.
Counsel.
Your Honor, the state calls Gabe Morin.
Okay.
So, okay, general question. I see everyone with tea bags, literal tea bags, not the, 12-year-old humor tea bag. Is a tea, like warm or hot tea, a really big thing in Utah? I've just noticed tea bags in all of the Stanley Cups, so I didn't know if it was a big, like warm tea area.
Sir, if you'd step in front of Brittany, we'll get you sworn in, please.
What in the Al Borland Convention?
The testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Right,
subject
fair
to the fees and
point.
penalties of perjury.
Good morning, sir.
Hello,
What, sir, is your name?
Gabriel Morin, Morin.
And what do you do for a living?
I own a restaurant over in Camas.
And sir, is that the Mirror Lake Diner?
Yes, sir.
How long have you owned it?
Almost 13 years.
Do you operate it as well?
Yep.
Scott, can I get 8.6 or 8-6, please?
Can you see that on the screen, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott, if you can please scroll down. We'll go back to the top. Sir, do you recognize these records?
I do.
Are these records made at the time of the transaction?
Yes.
And is it your business's regular practice to make these records?
Yeah, I mean, there's some, at the time of an order, the table is created, whether it's a to-go order or someone physically in the restaurant. And then when the card is actually swiped, then the table's closed.
Okay, so we're going to get into that. I just need to lay a little bit of foundation to admit them, then we're going to publish them. But do you keep these records as
Your
a
Honor.
regular?
We don't object, but it's fine to come in.
States 8-6 is admitted.
Thank you. Let's publish them, please, Scott, Your Honor. Scott, if you can, let me see here. Okay, so generally, what are we looking at?
So at 9:07, Megan is our employee. I believe this was a to-go order that was called in.
Okay.
And then, it was paid for in person at the time of pickup. $10 was written on gratuity, then $41 $39 was the total charge.
So does this reflect a receipt from a called-in order at your diner on April the 14th, 2022?
Yeah.
And the card entry method there, S, is that for swipe?
Yeah.
And then the card was present, that's what that's telling us?
Yep.
Signature at the bottom, normal receipt that we've all seen all the time, always?
Yep.
Scott, can you go to the next page, please? Is this portion of the document that we're looking at now?
Okay, so this is Megan's checkout. This would be at the end of her shift. And this is like a breakdown of credit cards.
Yes.
MasterCard Discover.
Yes, Michael McDonald. He better have a smooth voice and he better be singing.
Cash sales and that kind of stuff.
And then Scott, if you can go down to the third document. Can you embiggen that top part? Thank you. And then, sir, what is this?
Okay, so this is an audit of that particular order. So you can see the timeline on the left side. So at 8:55, it says a Greek omelet, quinoa salad, bagel sandwich with hash browns, and then Kouri is typed in. So at 8:55, an order was placed. At 9:07, the food was ready. 9:07, payment was applied. And then at 10:50, adjusted payment. So the server has some leeway as to when they actually adjust their tips. I mean, before they're into their shift, they're going to go through all their sales and adjust tips. Some servers wait till the end of the day. At 11 o'clock on Valentine's, we weren't very busy, so she did it during the day.
Sir, why the name Kouri?
Well, because there's a phone in to go order. So we don't take credit cards over the phone unless we really need to, but we do enough to go orders that we want a name associated with it so we don't get the orders mixed up. Yeah.
Thanks, sir. I don't have any further questions.
Okay, let's see what the defense has to ask about
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
You
the.
and I've met before, but just to remind you, I'm Kathy Nestor. I represent Kouri Richins. So I want to go back to what the exhibit 8.6 that the state just went over with you, and if we could go to the last page. Can you go to the next page, the very last, that page, and then blow it up? And can we publish, Your Honor? It's in.
Yep.
He can't
Okay.
forget about the
So
love they
can we please
shared.
highlight the bagel sandwich and the Greek omelet? Now, I've visited your diner. You guys have had similar menu items for a long time. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
You're pretty familiar with your food?
Yeah, we haven't changed the Greek omelet since day one.
Okay, what's in the Greek omelet?
Feta, spinach, Kalamata olives, 2 egg spinach. Spinach.
And it's an egg omelet.
Yes.
I don't know if there's another kind,
Yeah.
but just in case. All right.
What other kind of omelet would there be? I don't know. Can one make a vegan omelet? I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Maybe there is a vegan omelet. I also she went to the sandwich shop. I don't know why that's hilarious, but I'm glad she QC'd it. God. Quinoa? Ugh.
And so that is just the egg dish itself, right? It's not a sandwich.
No, it does come with a choice of hash browns or a country potato. You can modify that and do a quinoa salad, which is what happened in this case.
Okay. So they switched out the hash browns for the quinoa salad.
Yeah, so there's an upcharge for that, but like you could get soup instead of hash browns. So
Great.
So your side.
And then what's in the bagel sandwich?
Bacon, egg, and cheese, avocado, and tomato.
All right. And it's on what type of bagel?
Just a New York plain water bagel.
All right. Is there mayonnaise or anything on it?
Nope.
So it's a fried egg?
Typically over hard.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, over hard. Yeah, fried egg over hard.
Over
So it's
hard.
Over
I'm
hard.
sorry.
So not runny.
Got it. So it's fried egg over hard.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And then pepper jack cheese.
All right.
Yeah.
And when you get that ready for a to-go order, how do you package it?
It's because it's with hash browns, it'd be in a styrofoam box.
And it's a hot sandwich, correct?
Yeah.
You certainly wouldn't want to eat an egg sandwich cold.
Right.
That'd be kind of gross. right?
Debatable, but
Okay,
yeah.
maybe a cold egg sandwich.
We do a lot of to-go that okay, that's what they want.
Okay, but you give it to them hot.
Confirmed, Kathy likes her eggs given to her hot. Oh my goodness. Why are we talking about this? I don't care about the Egg McMuffin. I really don't. I mean, hey, good on you that you can charge $13 for an omelet made with eggs or whatever you make your omelets from. God dang it, Kathy. Hot and over hard. What even is this trial?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. And I'm sorry, just to refresh my memory again, the ingredients on the bagel sandwich are
2 slices of bacon, 2 eggs over hard, 1 slice of pepper jack cheese, about a quarter of sliced avocado, and typically 2 slices of tomato.
Okay.
And then the bagel itself.
All right.
Toasted.
Court's indulgence for just 1 minute. I think I'm almost done. Just 1 second, okay? And just to be clear, the time that was on the stamp says 8:55 a.m. Can we bring that up one more time?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand what that time means. Is that the time of the order or the time it was picked up?
When it was ordered. So it was called in at 8:55.
All right.
And then it was physically picked up and paid for at 9:07.
Perfect. And 9:07 in the morning.
Yeah,
It's breakfast.
well, it says a.m., so that's
Okay,
I'm going with it.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all I have. So I appreciate it.
Okay.
Breakfast.
No, Your Honor.
So you can step down. May we release this witness, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
You're free to go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Bloodworth, who's next?
Calling the hash brown guy.
Your Honor, the state calls Dash K's.
Sticky widget, Your Honor, in the case of Utah versus Kouri Richins, it was well established that cold eggs are gross. I submit to you that the eggs were cold and therefore gross, and my client is not gilding. Guilty. Although she isn't a gelding either, so, I mean, it kind of works both ways.
Your Honor, I apologize. I understand he's at the other building right now.
Oh,
Maybe we can take 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's let you stretch your legs. No harm in that. Please rise for the jury.
I know, now I want pancakes for dinner.
Counsel will be in recess until 11:25. Thank you.
I like it.
Please have a seat, folks. Thank you. right, have a seat. Mr. Bloodworth, may we invite Mr. Kays into the courtroom, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kays, good morning. If you would step in front of Brittany, we'll get you sworn in, please.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Thank you. Please have a seat.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
What, sir, is your name?
Joshua Kays.
Is your last name spelled K-A-Z-E?
Yes,
Sir, did you know Eric Richins?
I did.
How?
I met Eric probably in 2014 through some mutual friends. Hung out with him a couple times, and then started working in Park City in 2016 for a builder, and Eric Richins was a subcontractor that I worked with quite a bit from 2016 on.
Aside from a business professional relationship, did you have a personal relationship with Eric?
Yeah, so after I started working in Park City, him and I became friends pretty quickly. I played on some of his recreational sports teams. We both liked camping and hunting, so we kind of hit it off on that front. And I think starting 2017, we started hunting together quite a bit each fall.
And would you take trips together to hunt?
Yeah, I think we went to Idaho on some trips 2 or 3 times.
This might be one of the gentlemen who went with Eric to Mexico on that hunting trip where the defense says that he might have picked up the F there. So he might be there as both kind of he was a work friend, but also for the state to kind of negate that if he went on that hunting trip to Mexico with Eric, maybe he's being brought in to ask if Eric went out, away from the crowd at any point or did anything like that.
Went to Colorado on a trip once, and then a
God,
number
I
of
hope
times here in
so.
Utah.
Are those hunting trips, pack hunting trips where you pack in, hunt, pack out?
Mixture of both. We'd hike in a lot. I think we went on some that were pretty grueling. Idaho in the Frank Church Wilderness was a pretty grueling experience. Our last one that we went on together in Colorado ended up being pretty physically demanding, but it was a mixture of sleeping out. Sometimes we'd sleep in trailers, all the above.
Either professionally or personally, in the last few years of Eric's life, how often would you speak with him?
I'd say probably at least every other week. We had a lot of jobs going with Eric and his company. And so we would speak a lot about that. And then obviously in the fall, we would get to speak quite a bit. Yeah, a lot of the hunting trips we went on, it was just him and I on quite a few of them. So, talk a lot on those hunts as well.
Do you get to know your hunting buddy pretty well when you're out packing with him?
Yeah, especially if it's just you two. There's nobody else to talk to. So, yeah, I think you get to know him pretty well and in those situations especially.
What was Eric like personally?
He was very kind of outgoing, confident, fun person to be around. He's just kind of magnetic personality. Obviously not shy, I'd say competitive, especially in sports that we played. He was extremely dependable. One of the best subcontractors I've ever had. If you asked him to do something, he didn't forget. It was always done. Every time he said he would be somewhere or get something done, he always got it done. He was very, very responsible and good that way.
Have you ever observed Eric sick or injured?
No.
Have you ever seen him use over-the-counter drugs?
No.
Have you ever seen him use prescription drugs?
No.
Have you ever seen him use illicit drugs?
No.
Have you ever observed any indication that Eric used drugs?
No.
Do you recall receiving a phone call from Eric Richins at about 2:11 p.m. on Valentine's Day 2022?
I do.
Without saying what Eric said to you, why is it you remember that phone call?
It was notable, I think, for a couple reasons, but the main reason was just, well, the topics of the things we talked about, but also the emotion, I guess. It was unlike any other conversation I'd had with Eric. Mostly just kind of his spirits felt almost like somber, and anybody that knows Eric, most of the time you would call and he would already be talking upbeat, and this one was a lot different.
How did he?
No, I believe they're trying to get around hearsay since Eric is no longer here. But apparently, this is one of the people that Eric called on Valentine's Day after eating the bagel sandwich that Kouri had gotten him. The one where the state is alleging that that was the attempted poisoning, where he got sick, but he obviously survived. So this is kind of where we're orientated. So Eric called him, and I'm not exactly sure what they aren't able to get in or not, since I'm trying to be like the jury in this case. So perhaps if anyone in the chat knows any more about him, but he was also very big into house building with Eric, and he was also a hunting buddy of his. So they would often go, I guess, into kind of interesting terrain and different hunting areas, and like hike in and hunt and then hike back out.
Sound to you?
Like I said, somber.
No problem.
Would be maybe a way to describe it. Very serious. Maybe sincere, which can be is a little, like, especially for friends that joke around a lot and kind of rib each other quite a bit, which we did. It was just very outside the norm.
Had you ever heard Eric sound like that before?
No.
Based on what Eric said to you, and without saying anything that Eric said, did you offer Eric any advice?
I don't know that I would say advice other than maybe like questions, like suggestions and questions was my response.
What questions did you ask Eric?
Chad, can we approach?
Thor. Yeah, Thor, you keep standing on the remote, you dingus. Thor, seriously. So we are on Yeah, that is a good point, Jim. I still say if he took it voluntarily, he wouldn't be worried about being sick. He'd know why he's sick. That's a very good point I hadn't thought about.
Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Case, let me ask you 3 yes or no questions, okay? Based on that conversation, did you ask Eric Richins if he was okay now?
Yes.
Did you ask Eric if he was going to go to the hospital?
Yes.
Did you ask Eric, what are you going to do about it?
Yes.
Sir, after that call with Eric Richins, did you speak to anybody else about that call?
Yes.
Who did you speak with?
I talked to my wife that night about it. And then a day or two later told a mutual friend, actually two different mutual friends of mine and Eric's.
Did there come a time after Eric's death when you spoke about this call with Kouri Wright?
Yes.
Did Kouri Wright have a similar call with Eric Richins?
Check the hearsay.
Sustained.
When you spoke with Kouri Wright about this call, did Kouri Wright say anything inconsistent with your call with Eric Richins?
Check the hearsay.
Sustained.
Lorbert, stop.
So that's all I have. Thank you.
No questions, Your Honor.
May we release this witness, Ms. Nestor?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kays, you are free to go. Please travel safely, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may we approach on schedule then?
Of course.
Yeah.
Please.
Your Honor, the state calls Chelsea Barney.
He died of fentanyl overdose. By what means he got the fentanyl into his system has not yet been clarified. Though it does seem unlikely.
Ms. Barney, good morning. If you would step in front of Brittany, we'll get you sworn in, please.
If you'll please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you.
Please proceed, Mr. Blood.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. What, ma'am, is your name?
Chelsea Barney.
Is your last name spelled B-A-R-N-E-Y?
Yes,
Do you know Kouri Richins?
I do.
How do you know her?
We've been friends for about 20 years.
When did you first meet?
9th grade, junior high, high school.
And have you stayed friends that whole time?
Yes.
How often do you speak or did you speak with Kouri Richins?
All the time. Well, sometimes every day, sometimes every other, and all the time.
How often would you see her?
Couple times a week. When we got busy with kids, it sometimes once a month. It just kind of depends on schedule at that time.
Would you travel together?
Yeah, I traveled sometimes with her. Yeah.
Did you consider her your best friend?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the fact that the defendant obtained a $250,000 home equity line of credit on the home that she lived in?
Yes.
When did you learn of that?
We were on a vacation to Sun Valley, and she had told me about it.
Who were you on that vacation with?
Some of our other friends.
Was that vacation in October of 2020?
Yes.
Maybe the first weekend of October of 2020?
Yes.
What, if anything, did the defendant say about that?
She had said that Eric was mad at her and had turned off her credit cards because he found out she took a loan out on the house, and asked if we could pay for the trip, and she would reimburse us when she could.
Did Kouri Richins say what she did with that $250,000?
She used it to buy a house to flip and sell.
Scott, can we get 2-2D, please? Man, Scott's going to scroll through it, and I'm going to ask you if you recognize it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that dented her pride. Not the murder meatball on her forehead, though.
Had an accurate depiction of an October 14th, 2020 text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
Yes.
Are you the blue bubbles? And no, it's the opposite, right? Is Kouri Richins the blue bubbles and you the green bubbles?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit and publish 2-2D.
No objection.
States 2-2D is admitted.
Calling you in 10 minutes. Like, what the F, friend? I'm freaking out. Haha. Ha 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 ha. You're so funny, friend. Everything's going to be just fine, but if I die, Eric did it. Crazy though, right? So that's Kouri. I don't know what to do. If he thinks I owe him money, then that's fine. I'll pay whatever he thinks, then I'm out. It's getting a little out of hand. It's getting way out of hand. I don't think you should pay him anything. Let the attorneys decide stuff like that, because guaranteed they will say you don't owe him anything, or that his pay out of the house won't be as big, which is fine. No. Signing a fraudulent loan for $25,000 or $250,000 is not like a small breach of trust. It's terrible. Oh, exactly. They would say he still owes me triple what he says I owe him just for paying me out for the house. Just kind of feel like an asshole, or maybe I shouldn't, but I feel like it would be bad karma or something if I didn't. Shit, I don't know. Honestly, what would you do? Just let attorneys handle it? Yeah, I maybe wouldn't defraud my husband. Thank you, Jim. I got the book. My mom only sells fans. This might be the greatest thing that has ever happened. I have to constantly explain to people that I stream with my clothes on. Not that the questions ever come up. I just worry. Let's see. Yes, but technically it's my money, so I shouldn't feel bad, but if I just walked away and said good luck. No, you stole money from your oh, good lord. I would feel like an ass. No, you are an ass. You don't, when, how much did you take out? A lot. Sorry, I missed one. Let's see. Haha, I don't know, friend. How long do you think it'll take you to pay him back? I just worry he's gonna keep digging and hire a PI or something and things get bad. Ha. $250,000. It'll take me a couple months until my investments pay out. Investments from what? Zero of zero balance is still zero, ma'am. Oh, for sure. So I just have to be top-notch careful. He's totally going to feel like it, like, and then shit will hit the fan. And there's going to be nothing more important to me than the boys and making sure custody is always going to be at least 50-50. And if he digs and digs and finds something, I don't want him to hire some expensive attorney to fight for the kids or something. I don't know. Everything has gone through my mind on endless possibilities. Yeah, what payout? You have never been in the black. Payout for what? No, they don't. No, they don't. But they believe they can get away with it. Whereas the more you watch trials, the more you realize you will never get away with it, so don't crime. Yeah, I bet. I don't know. If it was me, I'd want to be out ASAP and let attorneys figure out all the money stuff. Whether it's now or a couple months, he's going to be vindictive and try to fuck you over no matter what. I mean, fair point. Guarantee he would. He's going to try everything. He's pushing me so bad to go to counseling by myself because he thinks I need help. Like, what the fuck? I feel like he's doing that to set me up for down the road to say she's crazy and she even goes to counseling. Like, he thinks the damn problem here, or I'm the damn problem here, but he's not hearing himself. I should go back and talk to your attorney and let him know the situation and see how we should move forward. Maybe that's what I'll do next week. I can't get over him thinking you're the crazy one. That's nuts. You should say, fine, I'll go. See what he says. I'm sure that's what he'll try to do and say you drink too much and blah, blah, blah. Yes, you should definitely go see him and see what he says to do. Eric's home. Chat later. I don't know.
Ma'am, did Kouri Richins ever tell you whether she had paid back that home equity line of credit?
Yes.
What did she say?
I don't really recall, just that the house she flipped made money. I mean, I didn't really ask much about how much she made or didn't make, and she said she paid him back.
Did there come a time at the end of February 2022 when Kouri Richins mentioned to you something about a cervical cancer scare?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
We were at a friend's brunch, and she was waiting for a call from her doctor, and she received that call at the brunch, and she had said that her doctor had mentioned that she possibly had cervical cancer and had to go in for a biopsy.
Were you present when Kouri Richins called Eric about that?
Yes.
What did she say to Eric?
She just told him just what the doctor said and that she had to go on for a biopsy.
How did Eric react?
Yeah, concerned, but kind of was, let's not overreact until we know for sure type of thing.
The leading cause of cervical cancer is human papillomavirus, which would mean that did she ever, at any other time in her life, test positive for HPV? I mean, it is an STD, so interesting. And sometimes the body will fix itself, so it's not a terribly bad thing. And generally, with any abnormal cells, human papillomavirus, so it's kind of like a so yeah, it's not a great finding, but it is more of a, preliminary test to see if these are just small areas of abnormal cells or if there needs to be further, response.
Other than THC gummies, did you know Kouri Richins to use illicit drugs?
No.
Other than
Wait.
THC gummies, did you know Eric Richins to use illicit drugs?
No.
Did you know him to use pain pills at all?
No.
Scott, can I get 2-108, please? Ma'am, if you could read down that kind of timestamp, party, and description columns.
Dark Lotus, it does show that Corey was remarkably blasé with Eric's feelings, not only his feelings disregarding the boundaries she was crossing, lying to people about the profitability of her business. So it does show a level of untruth. Now, everything is sort of a grain of sand in this. Does it show a general propensity to manipulate and lie to make herself the victim? Yes. Poisoning is by gender the way most women will kill. It's a much more indirect, it's a non-violent sort of way to kill. So a lot of female killers, serial unalivers, have been poisoners. So it's really not outside of the modus operandi of other poisoners to kill the husband, especially when things wouldn't look profitable or good for them in court. But has the state gotten over reasonable doubt? Not yet for me.
Oh, sorry. Scott, can you bring up 2-108D as in Delta? Ma'am, do you, oh, I'm sorry, we're still going.
Oh, that's
Okay. Ma'am, do you recognize that as an accurate depiction of a March the 7th, 2022 text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
Yes.
And is she in blue and you in green?
Oh yeah, it's May 7th though.
May 7th? Sorry, May 7th.
Yeah, I'm in green, she's in blue.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 2-108 Delta.
2-108D is admitted.
Okay. Let's see. Derek is home and is pulling that envelope in the screen door. Putting that. Oh, yeah, it is. It's all just effing crazy. My attorneys have been talking to me all day about it. They're saying if it's poisoning, that means he overdosed on it by accident, obviously, because he doesn't do drugs. He said they have no evidence of either of us having anything to do with it, so somehow it got into his system. We could get the cause of death and the autopsy this week, and then my attorneys are going to push for everything and try to close this shit out. Oh, awesome. Thanks, friend. I think she ran over and grabbed it. Yeah, I don't like her co-signing any of this. But birds of a feather and all that. It's nuts. They say poisoned and automatically jump to murder. Like, no, that's ridiculous, and guarantee that came straight from Amy and Katie once they heard that. Oh, for really? Once the heard that, do they still have to answer by Monday?
Ma'am, turning now to the morning of Eric Richins' death.
Mhm.
How were you informed of his death?
Lisa, Corey's mom, called me.
And what did you do upon receiving that phone call?
I went up to her house.
Did you discuss what happened with Kouri Richins that morning?
To who? I don't know what you mean.
Did Kouri Richins explain to you anything about Eric Richins' death?
Oh, yeah.
What did she say?
Just that she went to bed with one of the boys and woke up, went back in the room, and realized Eric was cold and realized he wasn't breathing.
Did she say anything to you regarding whether they had a drink that evening?
Yes.
What did she say?
That they were celebrating the closing of a job she had, and they had a drink together.
Were you present in November of 2022 when Kouri Richins had a phone call with her attorneys about the night of Eric Richins' death?
I don't recall.
Were you present for a phone call that Kouri had in November 22 where she said that Eric was on the phone with people in Mexico about hunting when she went into Ashton's bedroom?
Yes, I was.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
And is that about the right time period, November of 2022?
I honestly can't remember the month, but I remember that being there in that conversation.
Thank you. Scott, can you bring up 2-45 Delta, please?
She does have a very vacant stare.
Accurate depiction of a text exchange you had on March the 15th, 2022 with Kouri Richins?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 245D in public.
245D is admitted.
Just tried Chels so fucking hard to save him. His lifeless body on my bedroom floor, his eyes, his yellow body cold. It was so cold. I pumped so damn hard, on so hard, screaming at him to come back to life that I needed him. He was gone, Chels. Just fucking gone. He never even gave me a sign that he needed fucking help. I would have woken up. I could have helped him. This is so fucked. Yo. Up. I can't even imagine, friend. I can't. No matter what people say, you're going to feel different. But I don't think there was anything that could have been done. It was an unexpected thing. I don't even know what to say. I can't even imagine what you're going through. Do you want me to come up? I think she meant to say up in one of the texts, but said yo, and then it corrected to up in a little one. Corey saying, I'm okay. I need to get stuff over to my attorney. Thanks though, Shells. Give me a few days. How's all that going? Okay, just let me know if you need anything with the boys, anything. You can call and just chat too. Fucking nightmare. I hired the law firm that represents the jazz. It cost me $100,000. I will fucking win. They will not take from me what is mine and what I worked my ass for. They won't. Thanks, my friend. Or thanks, friend. I love you. I can't believe they are following through with all of it. How fucking heartless can you be? Have you asked Kate to back off? I'm just shocked. I'm sorry, friend. I will help in any way I can. I love you too.
Counsel, would you approach just briefly for a moment?
Ooh, the judge calls the sidebar.
We need to break for lunch. We're going to do that now. During the lunch break, please do not talk about anything related to the case. Please do not watch, listen, or read any coverage of the case. Please don't do any research about the case. Please rise for the jury.
Okay, we are going to finish up this witness, and then we're going to finish up the rest of this with Nick tomorrow, because I need a little bit of a break and just to...
Folks, please have a seat. Ms. Barnett.
Yes.
We're going to come back on the record at 1 p.m. Between now and then, you're free to go.
Okay.
As long as you come back,
Okay.
ready to go at 1.
Okay.
No matter where you go, whether you stay, whether you go, please don't talk to anybody about your testimony.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Very good. We'll be in recess until 1 p.m. Thank you.
Okay. I love being able to skip through breaks. I am so not good at watching like trials at current speed. It's torture.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Lewis? Anything we need to discuss regarding the recording of the phone call that's going to come in through Ms. Marty?
We object to it.
Let's have that conversation now. Mr. Bloodworth, just for the record, proffer what the proposed exhibit is.
Your Honor, it's 2 exhibits. It's state 2-46 and 2-47. It's one phone call that's split into 2 recordings. And the phone call is June 17th, 2022, between...
Although I will say I refer to myself as Mo, so now when my husband uses my real name, I hear and kind of respond to Mo so much that I don't respond to my real name. Now I always respond to Mom, even if the children aren't mine. So I don't know how to make heads or tails of that.
Wow.
You're welcome.
the defendant and a friend of Eric's and Chelsea Gibson, the current witness, was present for the portion, Chelsea Barney, the present witness, was present for the portion of the conversation that the state intends to play. And she participated in it. The state is offering it for the defendant's statements. The statements made by Mr. Knudsen and Ms. Barney are effect on the hearer context.
Okay. And a one-sentence description of the probative value. I don't know what's on the call.
Your Honor, the probative value, there's a lot to unpack there. It's sum total, the calls are about 45 minutes.
Give me an example.
Consciousness of guilt throughout.
Okay. Ms. Lewis.
It's proby. It's all the proby.
First, we don't think the call is relevant. It takes place after Mr. Richins' death. It doesn't discuss anything of relevance in this case that I can recall. We also don't know, Chelsea wasn't a party to the call. I don't know if it was on speaker and she heard parts of the call.
Representation if she speaks during it.
I'm sorry.
The representation from the state is that Chelsea Barney speaks during the call.
I was just going to say once or twice she says like yes, or she makes a couple of comments. I don't know though if she was there for the whole call, if she was in and out. I don't know which portion of the call in particular they want to put in. So
Forgive me. I was under the impression that you and Mr. Bloodworth discussed this very thing during the break.
We did not.
Oh, okay. Would now be an appropriate time to have that conversation so that you're not unsure about those things?
Yes. Do you have a transcript of the part you want to put in?
Yes.
Can I have it?
Yes.
I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee while you review that transcript. Would you email me a copy of the same transcript?
Yes.
So I can have the same information at the same time.
Yes.
All right. We'll take recess for until 1:15. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're back.
We had a
He's
hearing
got
about it. I ruled on it. I denied the defendant's motion to exclude this very recording, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anything further on that?
Just if we could have a continuing objection to its admission.
we
It's preserved
continue
for the record.
to object.
Mr. Bloodworth, are we ready for the room?
Dun,
I'm sorry,
dun,
ready for the jury. My apologies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Cody, we're ready for this. Tracy, thank you.
Kouri, you don't have any boobs. I don't know what you're showing in that peekaboo other than your rib cage, but congratulations. Yeah, when you peekaboo, there should be cleavage, not
Mr. Bloodworth,
nothing.
Is your team gathering? Very good. My apologies. Ms. Barney's welcome to take the stand.
Ooh. He's buttoning up his robe. He hasn't seen the red shirt yet. He might adjust his opinion. She does look very, very nervous. She has very large, wide eyes. So she's got a very doe impression, very wide eyes like that. They do give a very kind of doe-like impression.
Please have a seat as you come in. Have a seat. Thank you. Ms. Barney, you're still under oath.
Okay.
Very good. Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, were you present at the Richins residence 2 days after Eric's death, March the 6th, or on March the 6th, 2022?
Yes, I was.
And did there come a time when Kouri Richins was very upset and you went to console her.
Yes.
Why was she upset?
She got in an argument with her sister-in-law.
And what was the argument over?
She was trying to get into Eric Richins' safe to get the will out.
And did the argument also involve the home?
Yes.
What portion of the argument involved the home?
The sister-in-law had told Kouri that the house was no longer hers and it belonged to the other sister because she was in charge of everything.
How did Kouri Richins react to learning that?
She was very upset.
How upset?
Crying. I mean, pretty upset. Yeah.
Did she collapse?
Yeah.
Was she hysterical?
Yeah.
Did she say why she was so upset?
She just said she couldn't believe this was all happening.
Did she seem surprised to you that the house was no longer under her control?
Yes.
What, ma'am, do you know about Kouri Richins' business?
Very little. Just that she would buy houses, flip them, and sell them.
Did she present to you as being successful at that?
Yes.
Was she very generous to you?
Yes.
Were you aware that she was in any financial distress?
No.
Ma'am, are you familiar with the house at 299 East, 100 South in Heber?
Yes.
How so?
I lived there. I bought it from Kouri.
Who lived there with you?
My family.
And welcome, Squid Raiders. We are here. Well, the state has called Chelsea Barney Kouri Richins' bestie, and they're getting ready to play a portion of a recorded phone call that I guess was made several days after Eric's murder or Eric's death. Now, apparently, she also bought a house from Kouri, so she might be one that got swindled from a lot of money from Kouri.
My husband and 3, and I had another one, so 4 kids.
Ma'am, when you say you bought it from Kouri, what do you mean?
We were in a situation of needing a place to live, and Kouri was buying this house to flip it and sell it, and she offered to sell it to me.
Did you accept that offer?
Yes.
What was the arrangement?
Just it went back and forth for a year on what would work out, and it came down to I would sign the deed of the house, and the house was mine, and I paid a down payment, and I could do what I wanted because I had the deed to the house, but the loan would be under her name, but I would pay the mortgage payments myself.
So let's start with the down payment. What was your understanding of the down payment?
Just
I believe she was the witness who got $45,000 and gave it to Kouri, but Kouri never made a down payment. Kouri was never able to secure financing further for this house. Yeah, so I believe this is the one that she's also currently in litigation with because of, basically swindling her out of $45,000 as a down payment, but also endangering her staying in this home.
she told me it was to pay the brokers back that she borrowed money from to get the house.
And how much money was the down payment?
$45,000.
What, ma'am, were you doing for a living at that time?
I was a manager up at Soldier Hollow Grill.
And did you work in part for tips?
Yes.
And did you have savings from your tip money to pay the $45,000 down payment?
Yes.
Did that amount to essentially your life savings at that point?
Yes.
Did you wire $45,000 to Kouri Richins in 2 separate wires?
Yes.
And you understood that to be a down payment on the house that you were living in?
Yes.
Did you understand that Kouri was going to put that money towards a mortgage that was closing soon after you wired the money?
Yes.
Thank you.
As far as you know at the time, did she put the $45,000 towards the mortgage?
Yes.
What was then your arrangement with her on paying rent or paying the mortgage or money?
The loan was just in her name, and I paid the mortgage company directly myself.
Do you remember about what you paid them every month?
$2,900.
Scott, can I get 6-14, please?
We don't have enough.
Thank you.
Scott, can you scroll down for the for Ms. Barney and counsel?
Yes.
Is that a copy of a warranty deed that you signed on this house?
Yes.
Is it an accurate depiction of that warranty deed?
Yes.
Your Honor,
I believe so.
614 into evidence.
No objection.
614 is admitted.
Your Honor, thank you. Okay, Ms. Barney, it says up at the top, 290 East, 100 South in Heber. Is that the address that you lived at with your family at the time?
Yes.
And that's you, Chelsea Barney, as the sole owner?
Yes.
Scott, if you could scroll down, please. Scott, if you could scroll down, please. Scott, if you could, sorry, go up. If you could just enlarge kind of the middle to the bottom portion. Thank you. Scott, if you could go to the next page, please. And then down to the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, the bottom page. You could enlarge that, please. Ma'am, is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
When you signed that document, what was your understanding?
That the house was mine.
Did you understand that that document, upon signing it, that needed to be recorded with Wasatch County?
Yes.
Was that document ever recorded with Wasatch County?
No.
What a
That was signed, I
heifer.
think, on January
Kouri.
6th, 2023. From that point forward, did you continue to live in the home, pay the mortgage, and have the understanding that it was your home?
Yes.
Did there come a point when that understanding changed?
Yes.
When was that?
When she got arrested, I was informed that there was a loan taken out on my house that I didn't know about, or I didn't take it
Your
out.
Honor, hearsay.
So the question was, did there come a time when she became aware of a certain condition? She's explaining how she became aware of the condition. Doesn't matter if it's true, just matters that she heard it. So this explanation for what she heard can be considered only for an explanation of the effect it had upon her, not for the truth of the matter asserted. Go from there, Mr. Bloodworth.
So did there come a time when your understanding changed?
Yes, I emailed the lady I signed the papers with and asked for copies of the paper, and she told me it was never filed with the county.
Did you continue to live in the house?
I did.
Did that change?
Yes.
When?
September 24, I believe. I was evicted.
You were evicted in September 24?
Mm-hmm.
Why were you evicted?
The new owners kicked me out.
Were there new owners because mortgage was foreclosed on?
No.
Why were there new owners?
I don't know how it all works, but she gave the deed over to someone else and they owned the house.
Was it a deed in lieu of foreclosure?
Yes.
Who's the she when you just said that?
Kouri.
So it's your understanding then that Kouri Richins gave the deed of the house over to new owners in lieu of foreclosure on the house?
Yes.
Just when you think she can't get worse. That is some cold, untrustworthy stuff right there.
An accurate depiction of January 17, 2022 text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
Yes. It's not January though.
Sorry, June 17th, 2022? I'm having trouble with
Yes, it's I'll correct you, I guess.
Please do. Your Honor, the state moves 2-55D into evidence. Hold off on publishing.
Your Honor, we object. Good approach.
Sidebar, sidebar. 64 we are at 64 sidebars. Okay, that's on their end. Yeah, out of $45,000 and $2,900 every month, while she thought that was going to the mortgage until she got evicted.
Ms. Lewis, as I understand defendant's position, the two sentences that give defendant the most concern, because in defendant's view, they would undermine the court's ruling regarding the scope of Kouri Richins' likely testimony, are as follows. This is details matter here, so if you can write those details down. The green message from Ms. Barney on June 17 at 10:36:04 includes the following sentence. quote, fuck that, you wouldn't call Cody about anything personal, end quote. I understand your position to be that when considered in context of Cody's testimony would provide a inference for the jury to draw, or would provide a basis for the jury to draw an inference regarding the content of the conversation with Cody that has been excluded. Am I with you so far?
Yes, except that we actually would start with, you gave him a sandwich.
Yeah, sorry, that is something your client talked about later in the string, so that we got to keep that context in there.
She would have gotten away with it if she hadn't made a
Giving them
sandwich.
sandwich has not been excluded. That's actually hotly in dispute. It's something the state is seeking to prove. The thing that I've excluded is some content of what Eric told Cody, because there is not an applicable hearsay exception for some of that content.
All right, so you're starting with haha, and out of everyone, he called Cody about it through.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, sure. Those two sentences.
Okay, all right, that's different.
Okay, and then, hold on. Let me just get it on the record, and I'll give you a full opportunity to respond.
I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to respond. Can you mark it on the paper copy so that we can then transfer to the,
I can. Do you actually want me to write? I don't want to ruin the only copy you have there.
we'll make a new one.
All right, very good. I got it.
I'm sorry, JKD Buck. It's not been an easy easy couple years for us,
Okay.
has it?
And then, as I understand it, Ms. Lewis, we would go to 6/18/2022, 957:49. That's on page 9.
Yes.
Second paragraph, quote, I highly doubt Eric called his sister in Greece to tell her you poisoned him.
Well, and probably the next sentence, because it makes no sense otherwise.
Well, it makes as much sense as anything, but it doesn't matter because it's not coming in for the truth. So other than that, other than those two, were there any other sentences that you believe would undermine the court's other ruling?
Just one moment.
And I'm sorry, other than those two sections, I understand it's more than two sentences.
No, I mean, we still would make our objection regarding hearsay and the double hearsay, but no, those are the sentences that particularly deal with that issue.
Okay, so Mr. Bloodworth, let me make sure the state gets an opportunity to be heard here. Let's take these two sections one at a time. Let's go back to 6/17/2022, 1036:04. That's the top of page 7. Let me know when you're there.
I think I'm there.
Okay, quote, haha, and out of everyone, he called Cody about it. Fuck that, he wouldn't call Cody about anything personal. Those two sentences. Any objection to redacting those two sentences?
No.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah,
And then let me know when you're ready to move on. Got it. Can you see that, Ms. Lewis?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then Scott, if we may go to page 9, the green bubble at the top. Second paragraph, quote, I highly doubt Eric called his sister in Greece to tell her you poisoned him, end quote.
So, that relates to not to the Valentine's Day charge poisoning. It relates to an earlier trip to Greece. I think there's a fair reading of that is not he called his sister in Greece, he called his sister from Greece.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that was my first reading of it too, given the prior content regarding getting sick in Greece. It's ambiguous though, and so out of an abundance of caution, we're just going to redact it.
Out of an abundance of caution, the state will not object.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And then we will, of course, pursuant to defendant's request, instruct the jury that they may consider Ms. Richins' statements in the.
I would go back after lunch. We started with Kouri's best friend, and at first it's kind of odd because they bring in text messages about when Kouri stole money from Eric, the $250,000 home equity loan that she signed with his power of attorney. And she was kind of backing her like, girl, it's your money too. Go get it. Yeah, she doesn't paint herself in the best light, but then we come to learn that Kouri scammed her as well. This is the witness that Kouri took $45,000 in 2 wire transfers for let's see, for a down payment, and then she paid her $2,900 a month from, I cannot remember, Jamie. Yes, Jamie from Mythbusters with the handlebar mustache. So that's who is currently on the stand, and it looks like we are getting into, there is a 45-minute, I guess, conversation 2 days after Eric died that this particular witness was a part of, and Kouri is in as well. So there's several people on it. So they're going through, and the defense is objecting to everything, and the state is kind of saying, okay, whatever,
Blue bubbles
So-
for any purpose. They may not consider any of Ms. Barney's statements in the green for their truth. Rather, they may only consider them for the effect they had upon Ms. Richins as the listener.
We understand the ruling, yes.
Got it. Anything else before we invite the jury back in, Ms. Liz?
No.
Okay. Mr. Blevver?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. You have some.
On stream, thank you. So basically, the recorded, I believe this speakerphone was recorded by, I'm not sure yet because they've been wrangling over this, wrangling over whether or not it's going to come in. Now, I know some of the recordings that we're going to hear on Monday, I believe, are jailhouse calls. Now, the state said that they would be looking at ending their case on either Monday evening or early Tuesday, and then we'll be into the defense's case. Kouri seems like a horrible, horrible person. They haven't proved it beyond a reasonable doubt to me yet. Now, I do know that, a lot of other things are supposed to come in, especially the walk the dog letter. So is Kouri a person that I would trust as far as I could picture down like a curling alley? No. But have they proved that she was the way that Eric passed? Not yet.
All right, very good. We're ready for the jury. Yeah, it's 2-55D.
Put some calamine lotion on it if it itches. Good night. Have a great day. And yes, for those of you, Falanos, see you on Monday. But remember, they don't technically have a trial tomorrow. So, Nick, I'll be taking this to their afternoon break, and then Nick and I will be finishing up the rest of this tomorrow morning, and then we will be doing a little bit of an earlier panel, trying to get people on about this trial, because you guys, as someone who wanted to come into this trial as a juror, this has been a crazy, crazy, trial.
Please have a seat as you come in. All right, please have a seat. Mr. Bloodworth, State's Exhibit 2-55D is admitted. Would you like us to publish to the jury?
Your Honor, one question first, please.
Yes.
Ms. Barney, do you recall that text exchange that you just read?
Yes.
What was the context of that exchange?
She received an affidavit on why her house was searched.
Your Honor, may the court publish?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're about to see a text exchange between Ms. Richins in the blue bubbles, Ms. Barney in the green bubbles. You may consider Ms. Richins' statements in the blue bubbles for any purpose. You may not consider Ms. Barney's statements in the green bubbles for their truth. Rather, you may only consider them for the effect they had on Ms.
Oh,
Richins.
no, that was to the youngest, most feral who has a scratch on his leg and he was hitting it because it itched. And I was telling him that instead of smacking your leg, you could put calamine lotion on it. But he has continued to put hitting it. So, I do what I can as a mom.
As the listener of the messages.
Oh my fucking God, I got the document. This is from Kouri. No, it's Katie and Amy. Am I muted or is it just with Dan? And Eric was divorcing me. Holy fuck, are you serious? I mean, we knew it, but what the actual fuck? When was he divorcing you? Can you send it to me? I want to read it if it's okay. Okay, I was just making sure because the internet has been so hinky. Tammy, take care of yourself and be safe traveling. I just sent it to you. They said we were arguing about buying the Midway house because he didn't want to sign the papers on it. That house has nothing to do with it. They said I didn't even cry or didn't even try CPR. Oh my God, what the fuck? And what do they want with the Midway house? No one wants the Midway house. That Midway house is like a hell mouth. It's just a money pit. Do they want equity of it? Equity of a money pit divided amongst many people is still a money pit. Like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Like, it even says in the ME how long you did CPR. What the fuck? I would be so done and ask Gene if he knew about them doing this. I knew it was them, but still, fucking shocking. Hinky. Although kinky, probably too. They are so fucking stupid and have no idea about anything. Oh my fucking God. You guys, didn't you guys have a drink to toast the signing to the Midway house? And why the fuck would you kill him over that? That's the stupidest fucking thing. You have bought and sold tons of houses. Why all of a sudden that one was the one he argued with you about and you killed him over? I would completely cut ties with that family now. That's fucked up. They're all fucked up. Do not take a sip or a drink every time they use the F word. You will be, I believe, have a cirrhotic liver. Exactly. They're so fucking stupid. And Valentine's Day, are they serious? Oh my God. I haven't read it yet. I'm about to grab a beer and read it. What did they say about Valentine's Day? Oh, read it, then we'll talk. Oh, snap. Okay, I'll read it in 10. Gotta switch the laundry. What the actual fuck? You gave him a sandwich, blanked out, redacted, and Eric has talked to us about how he got sick in Greece because of his Lyme disease medicine. Wade does the same with his own old Crohn's disease medication. It's not uncommon. I mean, fuck, what if Eric was trying to kill you and set you up with a thing like that? Yeah. And if he wanted to divorce you, why didn't he let you move out when you had your Camus condo? He didn't want you to leave and begged you. Even Amy said he was trying by reading anger management books and everything because he loved you so much and couldn't let you go. Even fucking Bryce said it. Ew, everyone. I say it collectively. Anyone who knows Kouri, let her go, let her go. Let that cunt out in the snow. Look, Frozen Kouri the musical will be working. It says how his family came to them. Do you think Jean was one of them? Have the detectives talked to Sky ever? And what would you have put in the sandwich for him to break out in hives? I didn't even make him a fucking sandwich, those fucking idiots. It was Valentine's Day, and Eric and I were both working from home that day, and I ordered lunch from Mirror Lake Diner. He never broke out in hives or used an EpiPen. I was fucking with him. Bailey was there too, and he said the sandwich hurt his stomach, so he was going to take a nap. No hives, no EpiPen. They're such liars. And then he woke up and went to work. Eric got sick in Greece because we were all at a restaurant and he ordered a non-alcoholic drink and they mixed alcohol in it anyways and gave it to him. Everyone was there and watched it happen. I didn't give him a fucking drink. The waitress did. Exactly. Eric was not going to divorce me. Are you kidding me? They can go through our text and read the message she would send me and know that. You're so innocent, you're on trial currently. To be fair, we've seen states do terrible things. Where the fuck are they getting this stuff from then? How can they just make this shit up and get away with it? Like, for suck's sake, Cody definitely is involved in this also. I bet it was him and the sisters. They don't want you to get anything. This is fucked up, like for real. You guys were not divorcing and you have no reason to kill him. You could have just left him without killing him. I'm fucking shocked. I'm suing them for defamation and lying to the cops. Every bit of that is a fucking lie. Every bit of it. They're not getting away with this. I sent it to Gene and told him I was done with the girls. They're never allowed my kids again. And if he needs to respect that, I said because they're fucking liars and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. He will, but I'm done. Oh, for sure, sue them. Even fucking Cody. All three of them are lying. I'm fucking shocked. How could they say that? And how could the cops believe that without asking you any questions about those accusations? I wonder what Gene is going to say. Yeah, it is going to be interesting.
Ma'am, I'd like to now turn your attention, please, to about 2 weeks after Eric's death. On March the 19th, 2022, were you part of a phone call between...
I know this seems abrupt, but I think that this phone call is going to be pretty important. And I didn't anticipate that we were going to catch up. So I think I'm going to stop my stream here. I'm not sending you guys anywhere in particular. So if you guys want to watch somewhere else, but I think that if we stop here, we'll have plenty to watch in the morning with Nick. And that way he can listen to it because because I also promised Mr. Mo that I would help youngest most feral with his homework, and it is about prove that you've done your homework. Where's your folder? Get your folder. Let me see, and then we can talk.
They do it at school. She just forgot to write it.
Your teacher forgot to write down in your folder that she's very, very diligent about that you did your homework.
Why don't you I do it at the school?
I'm willing to believe. I just need proof.
That we do it at the school. If you could grab it.
Did you say thank you for having her help? Sorry, you guys. Trust but verify. Trust but verify. Yeah, some of us have. Well, since we have a little free time, let's check this out. Thank you, Jim. So I will be stopping the trial, but Jim sent this. So, oh my Bob Ross, my mom only sells fans, as one does, by Dr. R. Moneymaker. What in the... Mom was happily married, but life had other plans. Now she runs a business that only sells fans. I need to hide this legitimately so my son doesn't take this to read at his very Christian school. Men love her fans. She gets lots of praise. They all send mom money every 30 days. She works a few hours a day between school trips. Mom's the top 5%, so she gets lots of tips. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't want to get sued by Mr. R, Dr. R Moneymaker, but I recommend this. Yeah, I'm going to hide this because I have a feeling that if my son could actually read this, and I
can read cursive.
oh, you can read cursive. Well, why aren't you working? You can go make money reading cursive. You can use a can opener. Why don't you have a 401k yet, young man? Now, next Thursday, I was going to start this evening, but we may or may not be getting a storm front in. But next Thursday, we'll start. Thursday evenings, I will be doing a members only stream. It has been a super duper long day with cold rain, so I was going to do it tonight, but I'm afraid I need a bit of a rain check. Now, I have 2 ideas for cosplay Wednesday next week, but I need to see if they're too terrible. So I have an idea because I do have a red scarf. And I have a lot of makeup. So I am currently playing with either coming as Bart Simpson, Lady Lawyer, or Kouri's pimple, Kouri's murder meatball. I am leaning on. I'm leaning toward the murder meatball as cosplay Wednesday. I don't know how I will do it. It might involve a hot glue gun and shenanigans, but I feel like the murder meatball needs representation, or I might make a sock puppet. I don't know. But murder meatball will be represented because we have a day open tomorrow. Ooh. Well, that's kind of why we sent him to this other one. I will see. Yeah, that thing is hideous. I might make a little murder.
Mom,
What?
I want to make a house. Halloween costume like this.
A Halloween costume like what?
This.
Okay, well, it looks like it's just a box. Could you wait until I'm done with my stream?
Yeah, because the stupid thing won't.
Hey, also, what do we say when we need to interrupt a conversation?
Do that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Excuse me.
And then what do you say? I'm sorry for interrupting. One day he will be house trained. It really will happen. I don't know that I will still be sane at that time. But I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out and hanging with me during these cold, rainy days. And getting all of the information about this stuff. Nick knew a lot of Nick knows a lot of the background of this story. I kind of came in because I knew that this case was so polarizing, without knowing a lot of the backstory of this. So it has been really, really great getting all of the information from chat. You guys are awesome. If I ever need anything, you guys are like, no, it was her and so with that. But it will be really interesting to see how she sounds barely 2 weeks after Eric's death, because it will be really interesting to see how Kouri really sounds. She has portrayed herself as a widow. She's very, very upset in her text messages to her friends. So it might be interesting to hear how Kouri talks when she's unaware that she's being recorded, because I don't think she was aware that this call was being recorded. At least this particular one that we're going to be listening to in the morning with Nick. So if you guys need a place to hang out on Friday mornings, Shizzy and I do a weekly wrap up. It is all crazy stories, funny songs, silly clips, just a fun way to start the Fridays. So hang out at 8 a.m. with us, and then we will be, Nick and I will be doing the catch up for the rest of today. And then we will be doing a bit of an early panel stream that might end up being the slightly tipsy stream, but we'll see how it works. He has been sending out invitations and owls, or however he's been doing that. So I would look forward to that. I will see you guys tomorrow. You're getting the low 70s in New York? That's just sad. Yes, last week we covered an amorous encounter with deer roadkill in Tennessee. Or no, I think it was Kentucky. Yeah, the stories we find, y'all, you will not find them anywhere else. Bye, you guys.